Hi folks, here's a fun challenge for you. See if you can follow along with me. This one is in the 2 against 3 polyrhythm, sounds like this. We've explored this in a previous video here before already. But if you're not familiar with this, then I recommend you go and study that first because it's about to get a little bit more tricky. We're going to have one hand moving around in one direction and one hand moving around in the other. So, let's just get that polyrhythm going first. Here in the interstitial, just so that we're keeping that groove. My right hand is doing the 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, moving faster. And my left hand is doing the 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now here's what my left hand is going to do. It's going to move between note 1 and note 4, like this. Fairly simple, right? Let's bring it back. Now my right hand is going to move between the ding, note 3, and note 5. Like this. Just creating a triangular shape within that pattern of 3. Fairly simple. Bring it back. So now the challenge is to be able to do both at the same time. So to begin with, my left hand will come down to note 1 and my right hand up to the ding, like this. Right? Then my right hand's gonna go to the next note, like this. The next note with my left, like this. Whoops, not like this. This is difficult. This is the beginning of the pattern. Both right left. Both right left. Both right left. Both right left. I'm going to add the final right. Both, whoops, both right left right. Both right left right. Both right left right. Both right left right. Take the rest out. Both right left right. And again. Both right left right. Both right left right. Fairly simple, right? When you break it all the way down. So now let's try 2 of these in a row. 1, 2, 3, off we go. 1, 2, 3, off we go. 1, 2, 3, off we go. Just carry on. Ooh, I've changed my bass note now. That sounds cool. And back down again. Let's see what happens if I move the 3rd strike on my right hand to different notes. have it, a nice little rhythm in that nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea polyrhythm. Hi folks, last time we explored a fun polyrhythm challenge pattern. We're going to do something very similar again with the same polyrhythm, 3/2, nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea. But this time we're going to lengthen the phrase a little bit just to make it a little bit more tricky. So this time my right hand is playing this. That's one full phrase. 1, 2, 3. Right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're still creating this triangle shape. Last time, I think we were doing this, keeping it really simple. This time we're traveling back to the ding. That's one time round, so we play this one twice within one group. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3. So after 3, we play this one again, right? Now the left hand, much simpler. Just maintaining this same pattern that we already know. Back and forth between the 1 and the 4. So, let's practice that left hand. Nice. Let's bring it back. Dum da dum 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 da, like this. Quite tricky. Keep practicing this if you haven't got it already. But once you do, we can move on to adding that left hand like this. Let's try moving that bass line, whoops, like this. So here's another example of how you can play around with those polyrhythms, right? One hand doing one job, one hand doing another, and in allowing that space for those hands to move around in their own separate patterns, you start to create these really fun integrating patterns that make it sound actually way more complicated than it is. But actually in this case, it's a little bit tricky to grasp in the beginning, but once you've got it, the elements are actually really quite simple. Welcome, welcome. Today I want to share with you a little polyrhythm exercise, a 3 against 4, which is I can play this rhythm, I can play this rhythm, I can play this rhythm, I can play this rhythm. If you've been watching a while, we've already looked at this at some point. We're going to play it between the ding and note 4. The hand on the ding, which is the right hand, is going to be playing in 3s. The hand on the note is going to be playing in 4s. That means every time it loops back around, the left hand comes in first for that second beat, right? Ga, 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 ga. I can play this rhythm. 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 I learned it in Spanish recently. Do, este ritmo, something like that, right? I don't know, I don't speak Spanish yet. Do, este ritmo, do, este ritmo. I can play this rhythm. I can play this rhythm. But then, just to add more of a sense of groove to it, so that you can start to put these kind of things in actual context of improvising and stuff, and composing, we're actually going to move the right hand between the ding and the tack sound here, right? I can play this rhythm, 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 I can play this rhythm. So you might notice that the I, the beginning of the phrase, actually shifts because we're playing in a count of 3, right? So it's odd. So the first group, I can play this rhythm. Then the next I is on the tack. I can play this rhythm. And then we're back to the beginning. I can play this rhythm. 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 Going on there, but if you feel confident, you're like, yeah, got that, whatever, I've been playing handpan for ages, then you can start to move the left hand around, right? Challenges come with that when you're starting to cross over, which is why it might be helpful, maybe, who knows, to practice that both with the right hand and the left hand, right? So this time the left hand plays the 3, and the right hand plays the 4. Video, I'm gonna break it right the way down so that you can start to move those hands and swap sides. Last time we had a look at the 3 against 4 polyrhythm. I can play this rhythm, I can play this rhythm. We already made it quite complex because we were moving the 3 hand between the ding and the tack. So there's a lot going on. I'm gonna make it even more complex by moving the 4 hand between 4 notes, well 3 notes really, back and forth between 3 notes of a chord. And the chord that I'm choosing in my case is D minor, and I'm going to play note 4, 6, 8, back down to 6. So I'm like doing this, right? So let's just get this polyrhythm going. The thing that's really important is that we know that this hand is playing 3 and this hand is playing 4, right? I can play this rhythm. This one has to play more beats within the same amount of space. Make sure that you've got that the right way around. I can play this rhythm. 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 Keeping the right hand where it is now, we're going to start to move this hand between those 3 notes, right? So hopefully you've also, in the meantime, since the last video, been practicing the other way around. I can play this rhythm. So this time my left hand is on the ding, which means it's playing 3. My right hand is on the notes, which means it's playing 4, which means it comes in quicker, right? I can play this rhythm. 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 And once you're comfortable with that, you can start to move between these 3 notes and playing note 3, 5, and 7. Right, just moving on to this side of the pan basically. You can pick any note that you like, as long as you've got a set of 3 that you're moving backwards and forwards, so that you're in total striking 4 times. Right, so but then we have this. Already is quite a lot, but if you're ready for a challenge, once you've got that, let's bring it back to that original position. This time the 3 hand that's on the ding, which now is my right, is going to play ding, tack, ding, tack, ding, tack, right? So the way that lines up, if you remember from last time, I can play this rhythm, I can play this rhythm, then I can play rhythm, I can play this rhythm. It shifts within that groove, right? So when we put all of that together, every time the ding hand has completed that full round, right, and it's come back to its original position, like this. think for me the hardest part of that is not necessarily moving around the instrument, because I'm really good at that already, but it's the being able to swap the rhythm, like the roles that each hand is playing. When I swap, say my right hand has been playing faster, when I move back, my right hand wants to carry on doing what it was doing. It's not ready to swap roles yet. So what I need to practice is both of those versions, leading with the right and the left, being able to have that equal power, equal flexibility, dexterity, understanding with each of those hands. That's going to make that easier for me. So depending on what you find more difficult, I invite you to lean into and practice more the parts that are throwing you off, right, that are making it hard for you. Today I want to introduce a little paradiddle challenge that was taught to me by Martin Doyle, who is a taiko player from Scotland and a friend of mine. He came up with this on 2 separate drums, and then I've adapted it for 2 separate notes on the handpan. And it looks like this. It's the 3 against 2 polyrhythms. If you don't know that already, I recommend learning that first. But just to very quickly go over what that looks like, it is this. So what I'm doing is I'm playing 3 beats with my right hand and 2 beats with my left hand within the same space of time. If you don't know how to do this already, I'll link a video down below that breaks it up in really, really little details, so you can slowly figure that out. And I teach you a bunch of different ways to think about it as well, to really get it set in your brain and your body. But the cheat code for this is nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea. What I'm going to do is my left hand will stay in the center. So I'm playing here kind of on the edge of the shoulder of the ding. My right hand, however, is going to start here on the note directly to the right of it. And then it's just going to move between the shoulder of the ding and the right hand note, just like this, one after the other continuously. Now the interesting thing about this is that because this hand is playing in a count of 3, it ends up switching which note actually starts at the beginning of the phrase. So the first phrase, nice cup of tea. See where this is going? And then the second phrase, nice cup of tea, starts in the center. So if we start open like this, and then we've got cup here, then we've got of, the left hand, tea with the right hand. Again, nice cup of tea. Again, nice cup of tea. Again, nice cup of tea. One more, nice cup of tea. So that's the first time that we play nice cup of tea. The second time that we play nice cup of tea, because we're playing these one after the other, actually leads with both hands in the middle. So we've got nice and then cup of tea. Again, nice cup of tea. See where this is going? So if I put those 2 together, then we have nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea. Right? If I sing where this right hand is going, nice cup of tea, 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 nice cup of tea. And there you have it. And then you can do the same again with the left hand. The left hand will actually be much easier because the left hand is playing in 2 and moving in 2. Pretty simple. Right, so you've got nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea, nice. So it always looks the same. So I invite you to practice both variations of that, and there are a couple more ways that we can make that even more challenging. The first is to move both of those hands and have all of that happening, which I haven't actually tried before. That's just kind of come into my mind right now as I'm recording. So let's see if I can do that. So we start completely open, which will clash, and then both will come into the middle, both will come out, And well, I don't actually know because I haven't tried it. Let's see how this goes. There you go. We could probably choose two nicer notes to do this with. So I'm going to choose actually note 1, and so instead of moving sideways, I'm going to move up and down, and then with this hand I'll move sideways. So now we've got a different level of coordination happening. Not only are we moving each hand in and out, also counting in a polyrhythm, 2 different rhythms happening at the same time, we're also moving in 2 different directions at different times. So there's a lot going on. Let's see if we can do it. Ready? Nice cup of tea, 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 nice cup of tea. Maybe we can move this around. A scramble, but you can see that you can actually start to create some really interesting melodies from doing that. So I invite you to take the idea and see if you can explore moving that around. That really is kind of next level, but the beginner level of that is just really getting to know that polyrhythm and be able to move it around. So that's moving it for 1 strike, but you can also move in 2s, right? So instead of staying for 1 and moving, staying for 2 strikes and then moving, right? So nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea, nice cup of tea. Bit more tricky. So now I'm counting in, sorry, that's disgusting. So now I'm counting in 3 with my right hand. I'm thinking about moving between 2 notes, but I'm also actually kind of relating that to a count of 4 because I'm spending 2 strikes here and 2 strikes here, all while that shifts as it lands in a different place within that 3-beat count. So again, loads of crazy stuff happening there. And then you can move that around. One hand is moving in 2 and staying on the note 2 times. What if one hand is staying on the note 1 time? So what if this hand is doing this and this hand is doing this? I'm literally just making this up as I go along, and I'm having ideas as I film this, and I'm very excited. Don't know if I can do it, but let's see. This is all about the challenge, right? So well, and then I started to try and find melodies and it all started to go downhill a little bit there. Anyway, take that, see what you can make with it, tag me in your videos, #handpanuary. I want to see what you can create with this cool polyrhythm game and challenge. So we tried all those different movement patterns. There was moving 1 at a time and then 2 at a time. This one is moving in paradiddles. So as you already know, hopefully, a paradiddle is this. Right? instead of the paradiddle being played between each hand, as it usually would be, the paradiddle is played with one hand between the right and left side, right? So we've got right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And then on the other side, on that side I started actually on the left hand side. So for the purpose of this exercise, the pa of the paradiddle, the first paradiddle, always starts on the outside of the instrument. So it always starts in the circle of notes, moving then in towards the ding. And it can be anywhere that you like, but for now we're just gonna focus, or I'm just gonna focus on these two notes and the ding, just because they're exactly to the left and right of it, makes it a little bit easier. But once you've got that, I invite you to move around the instrument. So if we get this polyrhythm going, the next step then is for the hand that is playing in 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, is to move in that paradiddle. Let's see what that might look like, and we'll do it nice and slowly. Saying the paradiddle. Speaking out loud doesn't allow you space in your brain to also count the other thing. So that's this side. Now let's see what the left hand side looks like. Keeping the rhythm on the same hand, so my right hand is playing 3 and my left hand is playing 2. So this time, because that left hand is moving slower, it'll take longer to complete the paradiddle, right? Let's try it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pa, ra, di. Wait, that's not right. I can't say it out loud. It's not gonna work. Maybe I can. Ready? Go. Pa, ra, di, do. 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 Now this is an insane level of hand independence. This is really going to help to inform the groove-based independent stuff that we've been doing a lot of as well. So let's see if we can put those two things together. So we'll do 2 rounds of paradiddles on the right hand side and 2 rounds of paradiddles on the left hand side, remembering that the left hand side will take a little bit longer because it's moving a little bit slower. Let's do it. Getting the polyrhythm going first. Nice and steady. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pa, di, do. Pa, ra, 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 di. Ready? hats off to you if you can manage that one. Enjoy practicing that. Move it around the instrument as well. Some of those sound really cool, really groovy. See what you can make up with it. And if you come up with any compositions based on these exercises, please do let me know, share them with me. #Handpanery. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.